warm welcome to the show. Many experts called him the dark horse of this year's 19th International Frédéric Chopin Piano Competition, and from the very first stage, he was a clear audience favorite. Hailing from Georgia, David Khrikuli captured listeners with his remarkable artistry. Yet despite the praise and high expectations, his name was missing from the list of final prize winners. He is here with us in the studio to share what this competition and its surprising outcome means to him. Hello and welcome, delighted to have you.
Good afternoon, how are you doing?
So let me start with reading out a quote from one of our viewers online. It says, David Khrikuli is already a legend. He is the elephant in the room at the 2025 Chopin Competition, the one they try to ignore, but the people don't. Everyone heard him, except the jury. So I think it's safe to say that this year's verdict is highly controversial. How do you feel after all of it?
Well, I think that no matter how it ended for me, it was still one of the greatest things that I've ever done. And, big thanks to the Warsaw audience for such a warm welcome. I think this is one of the nicest people I've ever met. And, this is my first time here, and I will always remember it as one of the most eventful things in my pianistic career, and it was a pleasure to perform during these 3 weeks. These were rough 3 weeks, but I had a lot of fun, and I met some new people, and I had a great time overall.
Mm-hmm. Right, because it was super intense, 3 weeks of performing.
Yeah.
How did you manage to survive?
Well, I try to think of it as, despite one of probably the hardest competition out there, I try to just think of it as giving a series of concerts, as I've been told by my teachers since I was a kid. I just had a good time on the scene, and I loved performing, and this is one of the most legendary historical competitions out there, and being part of it already is something big, and the whole was amazing. The public, as I said. Mm-hmm. And of course, performing Chopin in his homeland, I think, is also one of the most special feelings.
Mm-hmm. And could you share a little bit more about yourself with us? How your musical journey began?
Well, I started when I was 7, not professionally, just to pursue music, to know what it is, and then I kind of I got into it, and now here I am. But Chopin was one of the first composers that I've heard, and one of the reasons why I stayed as a pianist, because I never, a lot of kids tend to try some different instruments, but I stick with the piano, and it's because of him. It's because of this man, and being a part of the competition that is named after him was always kind of a dream of mine.
And what makes Chopin so special? Is it the musicality? Is it the melody? What makes him different than other composers?
Well, for pianists, he's the king of piano. He is a special composer. He brought things out of the piano that not others have managed to do. And, I think what attracts the most in his music is because I think he was a very complex man. He had a difficult life. He knew he was going to die very soon, but he didn't know how soon it's going to happen. And he put his soul, his heart into one instrument and gave it all, I think. I think that his music is one of the most appealing. At the same time, when you approach it, you just see how difficult and mysterious his world is. And that's probably one of the most attractive things about his music, because you have to be honest, he's probably the most beloved composer out there. Everybody knows him, everybody loves him, and it's also one of the reasons why the competition is so extremely popular.
Right, but going back to the competition, we've never had a pianist from Georgia before. So what made you take part?
It is an amazing feeling, and the amount of support I got from Georgia, during these 3 weeks is just immense. So, if you guys are watching this stream, thank you very much for this massive support, because I get so many messages. I'm sorry, I cannot reply to every single one of them, but the support was just insane. And being as a Georgian part of this competition is It's a big honor to me.
Let's go back to this controversial verdict. If you could humor me, perhaps, and if you were the jury, whom would you name as the winner?
I think that the winner in the end is Frédéric Chopin.
That's a very diplomatic answer. Okay, which one of the participants did you admire in particular? Let me rephrase.
Well, I'm friends with Vincent Ong, with Piotr Alexievich, with Zitong Wang. We had a good time together, and we also were making some fun stuff. Maybe I will do something for the Instagram, because I know that some of the people like to watch my things, and let's see how it goes, I guess.
Okay, so perhaps some cooperation with other pianists?
Yeah. We had some fun actually for these days, and.
Okay, that sounds like an exciting project that may be in the works. And did you feel under pressure because of this immense online popularity?
Well, of course, I think that everybody was stressed out because the amount of the viewers and everything is insane. It's huge, but I mean, for me, it's a good side, because I felt an insane amount of support, as I said before, and I just enjoyed my presence on the stage.
Everyone, of course, loves Chopin, but I believe that some of you may be already tired of performing Chopin only. So, moving forward, oh, okay. But moving forward, what concerts are you planning to play?
Well, I will have a couple of concerts here in Poland. I will be playing solo Warsaw Chopin, of course. But no, I'm definitely not tired of playing him. I think I've never will be, and especially in Poland. So I'm looking forward for more concerts, and hope to give the audience the pleasure and the joy. Mm-hmm. I will try my best.
I'm sorry to insist on that, but I wanted to go back to this controversial verdict. Some jurors are expressing some remorse, some are openly saying they feel bad that the verdict is the way it is. And I was wondering, what about other participants? I mean, how do you guys feel? Did you have that conversation with other pianists that perhaps the verdict was a little off?
Well, there's always going to be some controversy, because there are 17 people in the jury, and everybody has their own opinion, which is understandable. And I think that no matter how it ended for every single one of us, the atmosphere overall was very friendly, and it felt, I didn't feel like any pressure or the competition between me and the other competitors, especially between my friends. Mm-hmm. And I think that no matter what happened, the audience liked my playing, and I hope to continue mm-hmm. this thing of mine.
Mm-hmm. And can we say that perhaps the jurors preferred a certain way of performing Chopin, perhaps a more traditional one?
Well, I cannot say, because I haven't spoken with everybody, but I think that Chopin is probably one of the most difficult composers, because you really need to find this perfect balance between the taste and individuality. In my opinion, I think he is quite of a classical composer, because you can't really be super extravagant, or you really need to feel the perfect spot on how to feel his music and how to approach it.
And moving forward, what is on your to-do list? What is your musical dream, or a goal, perhaps?
Well, I think that my main goal is to do what I love to do, is to perform on the stage, and to spread the classical music, because I think that nowadays it's not being as popular and as pursued as before, and it's a little upsetting, because I think that the classical music is as interesting and as exciting as other genre, as metal, as rock, as pop, etc., etc. I myself listen to metal as well, to some jazz, and I think that classical music is not less. I think it's even more. And if I manage to keep it alive, I think I will be proud.
And you're from Georgia, but you're studying in Madrid. And I wanted to ask you about your teachers. How important are teachers in shaping a person as a pianist?
I think having a proper teacher is probably the most important thing, because it's about keeping your individuality, but it's at the same time giving you those, basics, which, there are a lot of small things that you have to be responsible for. And your teacher is kind of guiding you, putting you on the right path. And I was extremely lucky man because I had fantastic teachers in my life. And I'm forever thankful to them, and I still have contact with them till this day. Some of them, it's in Georgia, my professors unfortunately have passed away, but my current teachers, we talk almost every day, and I also got an immense amount of support from their side, and I'll be forever thankful to them for this.
So some believe that understanding Polish folk music is necessary to be able to interpret Chopin's music properly. Do you agree with that?
Of course, because his music is 99% filled with polonaises, mazurkas everywhere. In etudes, in scherzi, in every genre, he always, reminds you of who he is. And he was Polish, and he was proud of it. And, having this kind of sense and kind of the feeling of the dance, the Polish dance is one of the necessities in his music. And, it's a very specific kind of feeling, I think, because not a lot of, we don't have a lot of Polish composers, actually. We have a lot of German composers, Russian, etc. But his music is specific. His world is complex, and his language is different.
And of course, congratulations are in order on your lovely rendition of the Nocturne in C minor, Opus 48, number 1. I wanted to ask you, do you have a favorite piece of Chopin's music?
I think that, I can't say something where we name one of the pieces, but I think that all of his pieces are such masterpieces, which is, I'm sincere. It is extremely difficult to choose one. I don't know, maybe I will go for, today I will go for Polonaise F sharp minor, Opus 44. But they're all just so great, It is impossible to choose one. Scherzo number 3, Sonata number 2, the mazurkas are incredible. And then in the amount of range in his music, I think he's one of the most diverse composers out there because, I think I said it before, you can play 24 preludes or all 4 ballades for scherzi. They're also different from each other. I think that's what makes him one of the most interesting and diverse composers out there.
And you've mentioned the importance, right, of education. I was wondering, are you planning on teaching perhaps in the future?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I love teaching in chamber music. I like to do everything. I don't know what I'm going to do, when I'm going to start it, but I will definitely consider it.
And last question, of course, this competition is not everything, but are you planning to come back in 5 years, perhaps?
I cannot say this right now because I'm probably going to say, I don't know right now, but, I don't know how my life is going to go during these 5 years, but we will see. But I will definitely love to come back to Warsaw and give a concert or series of concerts.
David Khrikuli, thank you so much for joining us. Much
appreciated.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching Pulse of Culture. Please stay tuned for more here on TVP World.